Hello, and welcome to Trails to Azure, part 61. It's continuing with the exploration of the post-rebirth of the Septarian regathering of our friends. Like, next we're gonna gather someone from Armorica is my guess. Make it 2, I don't know. We're probably gonna run into Heiyue, is my guess. And there is people to talk to first, seeing how well they've reacted to their entire livelihood being destroyed. That eerie blue grass started blooming in the lotus fields a few days ago. Oh yeah, again, lotuses grow in water, I'm pretty sure. Like, if you search any internet, it's like lotus flowers. Because, I mean, I was pretty sure they grow on water, but, like, lotuses are aquatic plants. So I think the issue is this shouldn't be lotus fields. They should be some other type of flower. Because this grass wouldn't grow in the water, so technically the lotus plants should be fine. Of course, it's magic grass, but there's no water, so they're not actual real-world lotuses, and anyway, grass started blooming in the lotus fields. It seems to be affecting the growth of the flowers, so I'd really like to weed it all out. But no matter how many times you pull it out of the ground, it just grows right back. I like the somber music. I already talked to him when I got here, forcibly. Frankly, I don't believe President Qua can be trusted. That said, the opinion of our little village is nothing compared to the masses in the city. Yeah, they already said this. But I have to talk. Oh yeah, I have to talk to the Hayworths in the inn. But it still baffles me that Arios has become the state's Secretary of Defense. The Bracers have always helped our village. We've hardly heard from any of them since Crossbell's independence was declared. It's worrisome, to say the least. I wonder how they're holding up right now. The music, this sort of somber music works well for this sort of scenario. Aw, he's not here anymore. I was hoping that he would be. Mrs. Hayworth is quite a culinarian, you know. She told me that she even holds cooking classes at her home back in the city. I wouldn't mind attending myself one day. When all of this mess dies down, that is. A cryptid laid waste to our fields along the highway. Between the travel restrictions and the meager harvest, business is looking pretty dire for us. Thank the goddess Armorica still has enough to be self-sufficient. Yep. Kids. I'll talk to the kids in a minute. Harold said he'd negotiate with the defense force to get more supplies. We're self-sufficient when it comes to food, but the village does need a good deal of medicine. We'll just circumvent the city and go directly to the hospital. Now, if only Jake could pick up those negotiation skills too. I saw Mr. Hayworth negotiating with the defense force the other day. It reminded me of how much I still have to learn. If I'm going to be running this store, I need to be able to do things the way he does. Maybe I'll hit him up for some advice while he's in the village. Nothing important. Mr. Hayworth told us his family's going to be staying at the Ash Tree Inn for a while. It's just like when me and my mom moved here. Everyone from Armorica is really nice and welcoming. But they're still living in the inn, right? Mr. Hayworth brought his kid with him a few weeks ago. It's kinda like I have a little brother now, too. I gotta watch his back since I'm the older one. All Camille can talk about anymore is Colin. It's not fair. Camille's my brother, not his. Ooh, jealous sister. Doesn't want to be usurped by the superior younger brother. Every day, my brother, Elkin, moans and groans about how he can't drive his truck. The situation is depressing enough without him standing around complaining all the time. Jeez, he really ought to be grateful that we have a source of fresh food to see us through this mess. Oh, so we do have the questionable truck still. Thanks to the traffic restrictions on the highway, almost no cars or buses come here anymore. Sure, the Defense Force's armored cars that pass by are cool, but I'm getting tired of seeing them. I'd be on the road right now if it weren't for those cryptids. Just how long are these driveless days gonna drag on? Colin is too cute. Those big puppy dog eyes and adorable smile are too much. I bet he's going to grow up to be so handsome, just like his father. Those Defense Force guys skeeve me out. They've got this high and mighty "you need us" vibe whenever they come around the village. Was changing from the CGF to the CDF really that big of a deal? And the only reason they need them is because the president made the state worse. With those cryptids around and the highway lockdown, I can't get any farming done. Wouldn't be so bad if I had a book to read. But I don't expect the Defense Force would allow me into the city just for a library visit. My life is feeling as empty as a blank page these days. I think he gave us one of the books because he just didn't have the time, I'm pretty sure. And I think that's kind of the joke there, I imagine. The Hayworths are staying in the large room on the second floor. Not to say we're expecting any other visitors, given the state Crossbell's in. It's a rough spot for all of us. Harold's been helping out the village a lot, so the least I can do is offer him and his family a place to stay. Ooh, 40% heal's decent. It's not great, but it's decent. Are they in here or are they in here? Nice, this is where she's living. Given everything that's happened, I'm starting to get worried about my old neighbors in Crossbell. The Hayworths must be worried about the city too. And yet, they're still helping out in whatever way they can. I should follow their lead and start doing the same myself. What I really want, I've mentioned it previously, I really hope Grimwood intentionally told them, hey, get out of the city. It's about to break bad. Like, he was doing it out of goodwill. Wow! Look at the big doggy! Well, what a surprise. A wanted criminal. Is that you, Lloyd? Thank goodness you're alright. It's good to see you, Mr. Hayworth. I think technically speaking, it's probably in their best interest to not be talking to these people, because everyone they talk to is then like an accomplice, and that's kind of dangerous for the accomplices. Like, dragging them into our problems is a little eesh. It's good to see you, Mr. Hayworth. Big doggy. Would that child be referring to me? I consider it an apt description. Haha, who says a divine wolf can't double as a cutesy-wootsy puppy dog? I can't tell you how concerned I was when I first heard you were arrested, Lloyd. And then to find out you had become a fugitive on top of that, it's no small relief to know that you're safe. Sorry for worrying you. Is it just the three of you right now? Where are the other SSS members? We were separated due to unfortunate circumstances. As of yet, we have no leads on the locations of the rest of our team. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. From what we've heard, the three of you were here at the time the barrier went up around the city. That we were. We didn't have the slightest clue what was happening that day. Strict travel restrictions have been in place ever since. We've been unable to return to the city. I don't know what we would have done if not for the hospitality of the villagers. The innkeeper has been gracious enough to let us stay here until the restrictions are lifted. And the children of the village have been very friendly to Colin as well. Yeah, me, Camille, and Polly play together a whole lot. You should come hang out with us next time too, Mr. Doggy. I shall consider it. Goofy. I'd appreciate that. In any case, I've been doing whatever I can to repay the village for its kindness. My area of expertise isn't good for much at the moment, apart from negotiating with the CDF when they come visit on patrol. No need to sell yourself short. That task is as important as any, given the situation. The villages are likely much better off with a skilled trader being their point of contact. I'll take your word for it. I just remembered. I heard something from the Defense Force that might interest you. What might that be? They say an unidentified rebel group has been active in the area. Heiyue, probably. Apparently, several Defense Force units have already been attacked. They have? Really? All things considered, I'm surprised anyone has the stones to do that. It would be preferable if we knew who they were, but this is welcome information all the same. Agreed. We should look into this. It's gonna be the Sun Fort. Mr. Hayworth, do you have any idea where these rebels were last sighted? Ancient battlefield, close enough. I was told their base of operations is centered upon the ancient battlefield, right off of Old Armorica Road. The CDF has been regularly patrolling the area, but they have yet to discover any other leads. The ancient battlefield of Armorica, the locus of immeasurable bloodshed, as well as the cult's former stronghold. The ruins there hold numerous hidden passages. They would make an ideal hideout for a band of insurgents. Wandering in there may be dangerous. Let's make sure we're prepared before we leave the village. I mean, I am as prepared as I could ever be. Colin! Bye-bye for now, Mr. Doggy. I hope we can play together next time. I will permit it if time allows. Since joining your division, I have found that small children are drawn to me increasingly often. You should have read the fine print. This comes with the territory of being a police dog. False. I'm pretty sure traditional police dogs are not trained to be nice with... No, they're not trained to attack children, but they're not trained to be nice with children. So, off to the ancient battlefield then? Yeah, we may not know who these rebels are, but I think it's something worth finding out. They may be willing to work together with us. I agree. We have little to lose in seeking them out. Then we should make haste at once. Yeah, the whole thing, I'm pretty sure it's Heiyue, given everything. But the whole thing with Heiyue is, like, I guess technically I have spoiled for myself their general behavior, because the fact... What the... Oh yeah, because she's set up as a healer. She doesn't even have Holy Breath. That's actually so bad. Whatever, let's just do that. It's not gonna work, but... Like... The, sorry. The biggest thing that was revealed to me via spoilers of, like, one of the later games explicitly has an element of like you have choices to follow or something. I don't know which game it was. It was either Reverie. No, it was definitely Reverie. Like Reverie, there's like a gray, morally gray path that you can take, an evil path, all that type of stuff. And like the gray path was, I'm pretty sure the gray path is or was 10-3 rough. Like the gray path was Heiyue. I'm at 9. I need one more wind. Blind gives me more. Now she has Holy Breath. Good. Yeah, I'll just stick with this for now. It's not great. I actually think the Mirage-based setup that I had before was more interesting than this, but... this is gonna be rough, probably. I do like the design of this because it's like a beholder. Which is, I would say, a classic D&D monster. And classic D&D monsters are just kind of funny. Ooh. Ooh, my offensive arts are worse. I don't even have aerial. What? What's required for aerial? I thought it was just a pure wind type, but it doesn't look like it's a pure wind type. That's gonna trigger too quickly. You know, this setup is really bad. I don't have any of what I need. Like, this is just not a good setup. You're gonna die. This should hit pretty hard. Yeah, it hits so hard. Onyx gem. I think that's a speed gem. Onyx, yeah, it's a higher tier action, but it gives a minus to move, which is fine for a caster-centered character. Yeah, I mean, I think the current setup for Tio is really bad. It's just not very good. Let's go off of pure... Yeah, what is... Sorry. What is even required for aerial? It requires 2 earth. Which confuses me because it doesn't seem like it should require earth. You know, wind's not a great element. Just in general, it has good elements to it, but like water by itself has a lot of stuff that it gets, mostly healing. Earth has some stuff that it gets by itself, but like there's only 2 things that are pure wind. It's super limiting for wind. Anyway, item. Yeah. Continuing our exploration. I don't want to fight you. But questing. Ormorka, Mines, and West. So yeah, those other two I don't think I can do them yet. The issue is she literally cannot do anywhere near enough. Like, she doesn't have enough options for low-cost arts. Because she's just kind of bad. Okay, let's just reconfigure these. Give her... I think it was an earth quartz. Do I have it on him? No. Ingenuity, yeah. 422. I guess I'll give him poison so that she can have ingenuity instead of effort. That gives a little more coverage, right? Aerial can be used. Still not great. But she'll at least have some EP regen. I think. Yeah, very, very slow. I think cannon is part of the issue because it's only level 2. Not that Mirage is better. Let's just go in here. I'm gonna need to try and keep everyone healthy. Oh, I don't need that because I'm using cannon, so I heal for more, so I can use a lower tier heal for the same amount of healing. Well, I don't know why they have to cutscene it, but there's Pleroma grass growing all the way out here too. Hardly surprising, considering this is where the cult decided to set up shop. According to what Mr. Hayworth told us, the defense force has been ambushed here a multitude of times. I am detecting lingering scents in the air, though their sources have concealed themselves. I cannot identify them exactly, but I can assure you that they are not to be trifled with. Duly noted. Keep your guards up. There's still the threat of cryptids appearing. Roger. Allons-y. Rar. Fight me. I don't know where I want to go first. I think I want to go to the right first, because the left seems more likely to be the intended path. Because this is the way you have to go before you open up the gate, but since the gate's already open, it would be faster to go the other way, so this should be the side path. Yeah, I think Ancient Battlefield's one of my less favorite fighting locations because of these masks. Like, reflect physical damage is incredibly annoying. It was funny several episodes ago, maybe even tens of episodes, I can't remember, when I used the Randy's rush-based attack, dashed through like 5 and got one shot. It was pretty funny to me. This is the type of place where I would get jumped. But it doesn't look like I'm about to get jumped. Caution. Yeah. The story's been progressing, obviously, a lot. I kind of enjoy this segment because there's been a few less cheesy moments. Like, I think that meeting Tio again was kind of lame. Like, I get the human emotion and all that conceptually, but it's like there's too many of them in the game for them to feel like they have real impact. Like, if it was one for every 30 hours, then it would be like, okay, these are impactful moments. But if there's basically an emotional moment with every character, every other chapter, like, each character gets a moment multiple times in the story, that's a bit too much. Anyway, shoot! A trap. And we walked right into it. The Red Constellation. They must be the ones whose sense I caught wind of. Haha, and here we were, feeling all down on ourselves for coming up empty-handed. Good thing some fresh, new game just landed square into our laps. Wait, no. There was comments... I think, what's her name? What's her name? Shirley had something in mind to visit. I don't... But it was seemingly referring to a male character. And not Yin. So I'm not sure. New game just landed square into our laps. Commander Randolph's buddies, huh? The President and the Defense Force will owe us big time if we bring him in. 6 Jaegers and 4 military monsters. That's not that many. Heh, look alive, man. Prey's at its most dangerous when cornered. We'll take this nice and slow. Make sure to neutralize them one by one. Think you can last? You think you can last standing toe-to-toe against the Red Constellation? Yes, because we already have. Better show us what you got, SSS. With pleasure. Do whatever it takes to break their lines. What's gonna happen is the fight's not gonna be that bad. And then they're automatically gonna act as if the fight was super difficult. Wait, it's only 2. What? That's not right. 2 of each. Now, he can't do anything. He can use arts, though. Flare Butterfly's too big. Calamity Edge, Death Spiral. Can I don't have it. Darn. Does he have what I'm looking for? No. I mean, he's just gonna Alpha Roar. And she is going to... Aerial, maybe? I need to group them all together. He does not have a heal. He does have a heal here, though. Oh, I wasn't paying any attention to the fact they were just resisting it, which is pretty lame. Oh, I'm gonna eat an item. And you're gonna pull these this way. Hey, just in time for the team rush. She's gonna move. She's so slow. He does have a tier all, so I need to actually keep that in mind. I have no one to heal. He needs to heal himself. I mean, this would have been smoother if I was paying attention to the fact that they were resisting the debuffs. Flare Butterfly. And a Hydro Cannon. Right there. Except if I Raging Spin, it's going to move them and it's going to miss. Yep. Let's go aggressive. I don't know what Last Disaster... Let's see what Last Disaster looks like if it goes off in time. Except Flare Butterfly just kills them all. Anyone worth healing? Not really. I think he's just gonna move. Okay, Last Disaster takes forever for him to cast. Wow. What does it look like? How is that a line attack? That really does not look like a line attack. Like, that really looks like an AoE attack. Oh, a line attack is an AoE, but a circular AoE attack. Beast flesh, that's pretty twisted. Peh, you're pretty good. As always, these fight scenes should be more, like, they should be not winnable if they want to act as if they were difficult. Pant. The defense force doesn't even compare to these brutes. I mean, obviously. You don't become the baddest Jaegers around by playing soldier. Like, these moments are always undercut, but, like, it ruins these moments when the fights aren't even that difficult. We storm battlefields across this whole damn continent and make them our own. Hit us against those Ouroboros chumps in a genuine fight and they'd fall apart. That's not accurate. Hell, that wolf of yours could turn into whatever monster he wants even. We just hunt him down like any other beast. That's again overconfidence. Would you now? They know about Zeit's true form too. Maybe it would have been wise to contact Abbas before coming here. You ain't getting out here no matter what you do. No chance in Gehenna. It's bad writing when the combat doesn't match the tone. We can keep putting you through the ringer, or you can just give up now. No chance, you say? I expected you hoodlums to know your surroundings better than this. Ooh, he punched a guy. Cowley? I don't know how it's supposed to be pronounced. I thought you booked it out of here ages ago. Correction. You merely failed to apprehend us. Wachow. Ooh. Weaker punch by him. Spineless bastard. Says the people that were going 10v4. Don't back down, man. We have them outnumbered and out... Exploded. Gasp. Though, like, she should really still be wearing her disguise, so that the Red Constellation don't know what she looks like. Like, this doesn't make any sense. It's only being done for gameplay, for, like, gamified reasons. From a game storytelling perspective. Yin! Well, how would you know that's Yin? The only identifiable part is the sword. So you're still in Crossbell after all. If bringing so few Jaegers is your idea of a joke, your sense of humor is sorely lacking. You'd do well not to underestimate Heiyue. Anaba. What's our move? Out of consideration for our guests, we will do the courteous thing and allow you to leave this time. However, when next you return, I recommend bringing a more sizable force. Be certain to bring the Scarlet Ogre or Bloody Shirley along with you. The festivities simply wouldn't be complete without them. I'll pass that along. You'll regret this once we have your head on a pike. They're not wielding any pikes. Open the gate. Withdraw. Phew. Over at last. Ah, that line. Classic. It's a classic Tio line. Was a little too close for comfort, except it wasn't. Ha ha ha. Always happy to be of service. We meet again, Detective Bannings and friends. It's been far too long. How? And... Hey, at least refer to the green hair. Green hair is somebody you know the name of. At least say hello to him. ... Rixia. So that's where you went. You've been with them the whole time. Yes. This area is too exposed. We should take this conversation elsewhere. But of course. Considering the nature of this long-awaited reunion, why don't we head to a venue with a more pleasant view? It's been really weird weather this summer where I am. Like, Canada. Forest fires everywhere, but more rain than I can remember for most of the past several years. Anyway, interesting. I'm saying that because the rain's really loud and I can hear it, and it's kind of making it harder to hear the game. Okay, a cow's face is messed up. It's pale there, it's tan there. That doesn't make any sense. I think there must be something wrong. Interesting. So this is where you've been hiding around since the raid? Hiding around. Correct. The cult's old lodge made for a convenient refuge, ironically enough. We were even able to observe Ouroboros tinkering with that giant bell as a result. Then Professor Novartis was here as well. The same bell that hung in Crossbow Square was used in the ritual to complete the Septerion of Zero. There's no doubt in my mind that it was an artifact this entire time. It would seem they returned it to the city once they were done here. And they didn't find that suspicious? The city wasn't like, huh, how'd they get that back? We of Heiyue have been the only ones occupying this area ever since. Master Yin being the exception, of course. Rixia. Please, Lloyd. I know this is a lot to ask. Could you find it in yourself to overlook what I've done? The crimes I've committed in this land? What crimes have they committed? They don't highlight those crimes enough. I cannot allow myself to be captured, but I intend to at least return to Calvard and spare you any further trouble. After I settle the score, that is. You mean you are seeking revenge? Against Scarlet Ogre? Definitely. It's not Scarlet Ogre. It's Bloody Shirley. Scarlet Ogre is her dad. ... Those monsters stole something more precious than any other. An irreplaceable star. The sun that gave everyone hope. I cannot forgive it. I cannot forget. Which is why she so gracefully re-entered into a contract with us. We'll be working side by side to oppose the Red Constellation, as we should be. Stay out of this. Listen to me, Rixia. Are you aware that Ilya has awakened from her coma? Babadu? Shocked. Is that true? Yes. She regained consciousness immediately after the phenomenon on the President's inauguration day. While she has yet to fully recover, she is nevertheless awake and alert, as lively as she ever was. She was definitely less lively. Her tone was much more subdued. Oh, Eidos above. Thank you. Thank you for granting her your mercy. Well, isn't that splendid? But you left out an important detail. I'm told she's paralyzed from the waist down, and may never walk again, much less perform on stage. Cow. You knew this whole time and you didn't tell her? You knew this entire time, didn't you? But of course I did. However, Master Yin explicitly requested to remain ignorant as to Miss Platier's condition. So naturally, I complied. Glare. I mean, that's kind of on you, Rixia. You can't really blame him for taking advantage of that scenario. Please, Master Cow, hold your tongue. Don't misunderstand us, Master Yin. Master Cow withheld that information to spare your heart the turmoil. Save your excuses. I've already made up my mind. Once I've settled this, I will leave Crossbell, never to return. Excellent. Heiyue looks forward to our continued cooperation. You all should consider pitching in as well, SSS. While our goals may differ, we share a common foe. It would be to the welfare of us both to join forces in these trying times, wouldn't you agree? This would be a very different moment if they actually had highlighted Heiyue's crimes within Crossbell. Like, if they'd actually highlighted, oh, here's these terrible things they've been doing, it would be an impactful, like, oh, I understand why they don't want to join forces, or why it's a difficult choice to join forces, but they've always been civil. They haven't explicitly done it, as far as I can remember, they haven't explicitly listed them doing anything bad other than capturing the terrorists from their own country that were in our country. Like, other than that, they haven't explicitly stated them doing anything bad. Whereas Ravash had clear they did bad stuff. Red Constellation clear they did bad stuff. Like, Heiyue's, they sort of seem to be trying to put them on the same level as Red Constellation without bothering to have them do anything vile. I think if they'd had them do some vile stuff, it would be a little bit more impactful of a team-up moment. But anyway, I think I can, actually. On one condition. Rixia comes with us. Babadoo? I just have to Babadoo, because I don't know what to do for a question mark. Lloyd? Is that right? Rixia, I have a message for you from Ilya. What is it that matters most to you? Can you truly turn your back in the face of what you hold dear? Despite what she's been through, Ilya refused to let any of it get her down. At first, I thought she was only putting on a brave face, but the truth quickly became clear to me. Ilya Platier will dance again. She believes so with all her heart. It'll be an uphill battle the whole way, but she's already prepared to make the climb. She has total faith in herself. That kind of drive is difficult to attain, to put it bluntly. The music doesn't fit. It's an emotional moment, so we have to play this music, but it's not that emotional. Because it's the 15th time this has happened in the last 10 hours. But all the same, her determination was infectious. Ilya's decided what she wants, and she's doing everything she can to get back on that stage. So, Rixia, what matters most to you? Revenge against the Red Constellation? The legacy of Yin that you inherited? Or could it be... I know what you want me to say, but I just can't. And then they make these go really slow. All my life, I've walked a blood-stained path, bathed in shadows. These stains, I'll never be rid of them. That's beside the point, Rixia. All I want to hear is what it is that matters most to you. What do you hold dearest and nearest and dearest to your heart? What is the single thing above all others that drives you to live? These moments are too frequent for me to have any care in the world about them. Exclamation mark. It's arc-en-ciel. I want to dance on that stage again. With Ilya, with Sully, with everyone else. Except you never really danced with Sully in the actual performances, huh? That's all I want. Why is she crouched? That doesn't make sense. Like, eh. I thought so. I thought so. So this moment was a waste of time. Master Cow. Hehe. Haha. This garbage laughing that happens way too often. Exceptional as always, Detective Bannings. You've certainly made a mess of my plans, haven't you? Or rather, perhaps it'd be more apt to say that Miss Platier won the day. I admit my defeat. Congratulations on your victory, and well done. How? I can't say I'm very sorry about it. And you shouldn't be. Truth be told, I'm absolutely fuming. But for the sake of our collaboration, I'll swallow my pride and let it go. Let it go. Let it go. I've never seen that movie in my life. Master Yin, or rather, Rixia Mao. Consider your current contract with Heiyue null and void. That's like, what kind of businessman is he if he's willing to nullify the contract right there? He should have, like, the contract's been made. Realistically, if he was a ruthless business person and not a good guy, which they're trying to portray him as a ruthless guy, but maybe they're intentionally trying to portray him as a good dude. I don't know. He would take as much from that contract as he could. He wouldn't just nix it right there. Current contract non-void. I leave you to your discretion. Thank you, Gao. You do well to remember that I have only given up this one time. I, as well as Heiyue, have greater aspirations, and your strength factors into that. In the meantime, do take care. I wish you the best in returning to the stage you hold so dear. Right, I will not falter. Wrong button. Exhale. That was some of your finest work yet. Full of surprises, isn't he? A silver tongue like his is worth its weight in gold. It is abundantly clear why the Divine Child is so attached to you. Like, the fact that they do this cheesy garbage so much and then they call out their own cheesy garbage doesn't really fix the fact that it's still a ton of cheesy garbage. Easy, guys. I was only the messenger this time. I'm just glad I could fulfill Ilya's request. One question, Detective Bannings. Just where do you suppose I should direct this frustration of mine? Come again? Why don't I lay it out this way? Since you prevented Rixia from working with us, it would only be fair that you join us in her stead. With a little training, you'd be quite the asset on our front lines. How? Are you serious? I mean, no, he's not. Because otherwise he would have had, like, some stipulations for canceling the contract and da-da-da-da. He's probably just messing with him. Master Cao makes a fair point. Your Tonfa expertise would be greatly enhanced. Were you to cultivate a mastery of our martial arts, that would be pretty fun. If Lloyd post this joins Heiyue, even temporarily. That's flattering, but I couldn't. I thought you'd have gotten used to being headhunted by now. While we're at it, why not consider joining the Gralsritter? Perks include more quality time with yours truly. That had better have been a joke, Wazi. No. I think if Lloyd was like, yo, can I join? Wazi would be like, yeah. Wazi would probably help him join if he wanted to. And so, Lloyd and the SSS formed a temporary alliance with Heiyue. Each group promised to aid each other in the events of an emergency, as well as share information on any breaking developments. At last, Yin, Rixia Mao, made her decision. In order to pursue her life's newfound purpose, she would join forces with the Special Support Section. My guess is mine's next. New blind spot detected. Relaying the data to you now. Ran. Heard. Click, clack, click. Found it. It's in northwestern Crossbell. Mines. It's going to be the old mine, right? No, it isn't. Where's that? Halfway up Mines Mountain Path, to be exact. Oh no, that's the entrance to the Mines Mountain Path? That was before the bridge, maybe? It's near Mines. That broadens the scope of our operations quite a bit. Though I'm sure the enemy is starting to catch on to us by now. If I'm not mistaken, there's been a resistance group separate from Heiyue operating in the mines area. I mean, other than it just being Randy, who could it be? Oh, it's Mireille. It's Mireille! Oh, that's so good. And then Randy's... No, they wouldn't have put Randy near Mireille. There's no way Randy and Mireille are working together. Like, they wouldn't have sent him to mines if they knew Mireille was up there. Supposedly, the one in charge is an ex-CGF guardsman who opposed the establishment of the Defense Force. Wait, really? We simply assumed that all of the guardsmen were assimilated into the CDF. I mean, y'all are bad detectives. There was this suspicious stuff about Mireille when we went to Orcus Tower, like, they were talking about her, oh, you won't be seeing her because, and then we got cut off. Their motivations for defecting are understandable. The Red Constellation is being allowed to roam free, despite having thoroughly decimated the Guardian Force. Those who could see through the treachery would not stand for it. Then maybe Noe's there with them. Nope. There's no chance of that. Sorry, but I seriously doubt it. We saw the choice Noelle made. She was prepared to protect Crossbell, no matter the cost, including not protecting Crossbell. The cost of protecting Crossbell is not protecting Crossbell. I don't think she would ever waver from that decision so easily. You're probably right. Noe has always been as strong as a horse, and stubborn as one to boot. Fran. Back to the matter at hand. I think making contact with this resistance would be for the best. Their cooperation would be just as valuable as Heiyue's. Agreed. We should touch down as soon as we can. But before that, Rixia, do you want us to stop by St. Ursula? Huh? Ilya really wanted to see you. I mean, now's not the time. Let's be real. I know it's still complicated. We can always visit her together if you want. No, I'm going to have to decline. I'm still not ready to stand in front of Ilya with my head held high. At the very least, I want to wait until after we've taken back Crossbell City and Arc-en-Ciel first. Alright. That is disappointing to hear, but we understand how you feel. I'm sorry. Truly. If you have urgent business to take care of at St. Ursula, I do not mind disembarking with you. But unfortunately, I will not be going any further than the front gate of the hospital. See, this is an excellent gameplay reason to justify us not going back to the hospital, though there might be people to talk to if we did, but it's a good reason to be like, no point going back yet until Rixia's gonna enter. As long as you're okay with it. It's a shame, but at least this proves that Rixia is not the cold-blooded killer she thinks she has to be. She joined the party. Twin Dragon Strike. Armorica. Oh, I can actually travel here. Cool. Apparently there's something I can get from Cow here. But like, I've given up on getting anywhere near 100%, so I'm going to play the game as if I was actually role-playing the roles that are given. And in the roles that are given, why would I go back? So... Actually, I wonder if I just pressed B there, if they would have let me actually, like, do the usual stuff. Because I need to enter to check Rixia's slots and stuff. The resistance group we're looking for is somewhere on the mountain path. Shall we head towards the mining village to start? I am worried about the state of things in mines. But before that... Yeah, that's obvious. Don't tell me. You're thinking of visiting a certain someone along the way? The Rosenberg studio, one of the 13 factories. The Meister said he would speak to us if he felt inclined. Is that so? As it happens, I once tried to infiltrate the workshop myself. But the lower floors were so labyrinthine that I had to give up on the operation. I'm not sure if that's for better or for worse. Jorg, Or Jorg, It has been many moons since last we met. But I hear he is doing well for himself. What? Knight, you're acquainted with the Meister. We are vaguely aware of each other's circumstances, to say the least. He may be aligned with those serpents, but he is nevertheless a craftsman of tradition and integrity. I have no doubt that he is someone we can trust. Really now? We ought to drop by then. I'd love to hear more about the society. Shall we make a detour there, before continuing to mines? Yeah, let's head over. Nope. Back we go. To make sure I upgrade everything for... bad design. And I probably should talk to people, but I'll do that next time. I'm doing this for now. Yep. That costs less than it should. That's cheap. 130 for each of those is really cheap. And 35 is very cheap. So what is her... Phantom raises speed, grants strength, arts, speed boost. She has a lot of defense. Wow. Okay, no. She doesn't have a lot. She just has a nice number. Her arts is really bad. She's a mind 3, and she only has 640 arts. That is remarkably bad. Yeah, 577 without the mind 3. I think I'm gonna make her a physical attacker. Death blow. Move plus, yeah, these are whatever. There's probably better stuff to equip, but I'm checking these. Speed plus 50 and stealth herself. I don't know how long it lasts, but it's probably useful for like a high damage, low defense type unit. A line KO. Just a strength and speed plus 50, so you only have to use it occasionally. Interesting. Oh, this one's not relevant. True Parasoline Dance. All binds with claws and rends foes under the moon's glow. She feels like she should be an evasion type character, but it seems like she's not. Mostly because her weapons she started with are not defense. Like, there's no evasion here, no evasion here, no evasion there. Only 180 defense seems pretty weak, but I guess it is good. Yeah, I think arts... She doesn't seem like an arts type. Yeah, she only has 520 EP. She doesn't have a lot of EP, even with a max EP. 540 with an EP3, 558. So I need to find something else to equip her with, I think. I could definitely give her an action. And just lean a little heavily into time focused. Like Mirage and Time. I'm gonna be stopping soon. I'm just doing this for a second. Just looking at Time. Time and Mirage I can get Shackle, but that's kind of useless. I know those are quartz, not arts. I think Time and Mirage Lucifin Wing might be good, except again it's an art, not a physical attack. Shadow Blade's probably useful. Calamity Claw's always good. So I think if she can Calamity Claw, it's not bad. Mirage, Galleon Tower is always pretty good. Zodiac's not worthless. It's not great. Because she doesn't have a lot of EP. She'd be able to cast it 4, maybe 5 times. And then she'd be out. I don't think I'm ever going to unlock any of these, but I think she's just going to be equipped for Time and Mirage. So she has Calamity Claw, Death Spiral, Galleon Tower. Yeah, it's kind of good enough. Because, like, none of them are great. Actually, Reincarnation. Why is Reincarnation an attack? It's a weird name. Like, Lucifin 21 and 11 seems kind of rough. Like, 5, 4. Like, if I wanted to get it on her, I get 4 here. I get 5 here, that gets me to 11. And then between 3 spaces, I would need to get 21, which would need to be 7 each, which is not possible. So she just can't get that high tier because her chains are too short. She could get it if I went for that. He might be able to. Well, I'd have to have 3 Onyx gems, which is not possible for her to be able to get it. But anyway, yeah, she's more of a physical attacker, I think, as opposed to an arts user. Which actually, if she's going to be a physical attacker, if I think for even half a second, that just means that I should be giving her fire. Like, swap Speed Breaker for an attack 3. I wonder if that lightning was audible, because it was very loud. Do I need this? I might need these. Yeah, I might need those, so I'll leave them on her for now. And then for a bit, I'll swap these 2. She's a healer, so I'm using her for. And as long as it's not like a boss fight, I can probably just heal after battles if I do enough damage. Physical tank, physical damage, magical damage, and just kind of debuffer. And magic damage. But it's an appropriate place to stop. Next time I'll talk to people on board here, and then head down to visit the Rosenberg studio. Have a good day. Bye-bye.